Perhaps you've never heard of shades of green at the Walt Disney World Resort. That's not uncommon. It's a resort that's specifically and only for members of the military and their families. That's veterans, active duty officials, etc. And so many people just don't know that it's there, even though it's situated closely to the Polynesian Resort, Grand Floridian, etc. And although companies often like to make a big hubbub about how much they care about military families and how much they care about those who serve, when it comes time to spend some money, well, they often fall short. Explaining entertainment, keeping you ahead of the culture curve. It's what we try to do each and every day here on the WDW Pro channel. In particular, we're having to talk a lot about Disney, although we have had a bit of a reprieve as of late. We've had the chance to talk about Mario, and that's been a huge plus. It's been a nonstop positive news out of that one, especially as we watch the critics go down, the crazy critics who wanted to send people away and tell us it was too offensive because Bowser wants to marry Peach. Oh my gosh. But Disney is back, Lorena. Disney is back again. You were on this morning with us, and here you are again. So welcome back. Are you still feeling okay? Has it been a good day?
It's been a good day so far. Even better since I've been doing these videos with you for the morning and the evening.
Well, too kind, too kind. I know the audience is happy to see you back again, and we really are in your wheelhouse now because we're going to be talking about the Walt Disney World Resort, where you are often located and doing your blogging and vlogging and all of that. Now, folks, before we get into this, if you like content like this, consider clicking the like button, share, and subscribe. And you can stick it to those algorithms. When you click it, we're talking about the notification bell. We covet your comments, so drop one down below. All right, Lorena, let's hop in to Disney World disrespecting military members. And you may have noticed that Disney, as of late, they've made a big to-do about how they take care of military members and families, and we fully support that. We like that when Disney does good things, and that's a very good thing to do. In this case, however, this is not good at all, and we're going to talk about it. It's something that I think most outlets have sort of just, they're not paying much attention to it at all. Well, we're not going to do that because we care about our military members and families. I'm not saying that those other sites don't care at all, but they're just not spending the appropriate amount of time for this. So let's get into this. It's going to cover some stuff that some people who have been to Disney World many times maybe don't even know about at all. But here we go. For decades, Shades of Green Resort at Walt Disney World has been an oasis for military members and their families. Now, changes at Disney World are resulting in significantly decreased services to those families. The Polynesian Resort, the Grand Floridian, the Contemporary, Shades of Green. You may not have heard of the last of those hotel resorts, yet Shades of Green is right there in proximity with the other monorail resorts. Outside its balconies sit the Magnolia Golf Course. Special bus service takes guests to and from the various locations around Disney World. But perhaps one of the best parts of staying at Shades of Green, a hotel exclusively for military families, was that you could walk from Shades of Green to the Polynesian in minutes. That essentially made Shades of Green a monorail hotel, with all the perks that come from it. But changes are coming. The road separating the Polynesian and Shades of Green is switching to a 4-lane highway. And instead of simply building a walk-over pedestrian bridge for Shades of Green military families, which, by the way, let me insert this here, there are many of these at Disney Springs. So when money is involved, Disney's more than happy to do it. Some of whom have given everything in the act of protecting the nation. Disney World is uninterested in taking care of the situation. It costs too much. So instead, Shades of Green will be separated from the rest of Walt Disney World for the first time in its history. It is now isolated so that only bus transportation and parking in other parking lots, along with the associated fee, is viable. The path connecting it with the Polynesian and thus all of Disney World Premier transportation has been closed permanently. Now, Lorena, let's take a look real quick so people have an idea of what we're talking about. This is Shades of Green that we're looking at now. It's a very beautiful resort. If we come down here at what you would see when you come in, there's huge waterfalls. There's actually there's a retail space underneath the paths that you're seeing right here, the roadways, that's subterranean. This hotel is very interesting how it's designed. Lots of great things about it. And by the way, I believe it has the best breakfast buffet at Walt Disney World. Now, as you exit the lobby area, you'll notice that there's this path that goes to the left, right? And this over here, this is the parking lot that connects you to some of the golf courses. But if you follow this path, you'll arrive at a guard station. I'm not seeing the guard station right now, but it's somewhere up here. Guard station, where did you go? Oh, you're up here. Okay, so but the guard station goes right here.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Okay, and so this pathway right here, it looks a little bit long, but it's really not. Right here is the walkway over, and as soon as you get that walkway over, you're at the Polynesian, and that means that all you have to do is take a right, and you hop on the monorail, and you're free to visit Magic Kingdom, Epcot, etc. So just to review, this is the path. You take this path right here to Polynesian, okay? It's about the same distance as walking from, let's say, the Polynesian main area to the Grand Floridian main area. And that's not hard to do at all. It's about the same distance. Well, it's less than the same distance from the Grand Floridian to the Magic Kingdom. So it is a huge benefit. And now this road right here, okay, this one, it's going to be changed to a 4-lane. And rather than just build the simple pedestrian bridge that it would take to allow military families still to have access to the Polynesian, and by the way, those families have earned that. And they have had this access ever since this was instituted, I believe back in the 90s. And now that costs too much. So they're going to be stuck using the transportation specific to Shades of Green or driving their cars to the parks and having to pay the fee. Lorena, what would you say to Disney in this moment? What is your message to them about this?
Oh, stop being so cheap, especially when it comes to our military. One of the things that I loved about Disney World, my grandfather would always talk about Walt Disney's patriotism. And when you would go to the parks, Disney always seemed to make it a priority that, hey, if you're military, we have, these special perks for you. In the Magic Kingdom, when they do the flag retreat ceremony, oh my gosh, it is such an honor.
It's a wonderful thing.
To the military. It is wonderful. I happened to catch it. I'd missed it for years. I happened to catch it. It's absolutely amazing. With this particular resort, it's so nice how they have it set up for the military families. And now I can't understand why, given how much in bonuses that the Disney C-suite has gotten, why is it that they can't put together something simple like this? Just so military families can get to the Polynesian.
You make a great point. Those executives, they're getting all those raises, and we can't give the veterans and the active members of the military and their families. Some of these people are coming off of active duty. We can't build them a bridge that goes over this road right here. I want to use some tough language. I'm not going to for YouTube, but we can't build a bridge over this road, Disney. And Disney, here's the thing, okay? We don't see eye to eye often. Let's just say that. Me and Disney lately, we don't get along so well. I still love the legacy of Disney. I still love Walt Disney World. But me and modern Disney, we don't jive very well. But Disney, surely everybody on this planet, well, not everybody, but surely every sane person on this planet can say, put the bridge over the road and let the military families have access to the Polynesian. You can afford to put a little pedestrian bridge over this thing. Come on.
I mean, they've got one of those at Disney Springs that connects the Hilton.
Yes, they've got tons of them. I mean, this is crazy. And other outlets, seriously, everybody out there, start sending the message to Disney. I'm not going to tell you how to do it. I'm not going to tell you to protest. I'm not going to tell you where to campaign on this thing, But of all the stuff that we come up with to complain and gripe about, and we want to make sure that Disney hears us and our little problems that we have. Well, here's a real problem. So, I mean, think about this. What if it's a family who one of the members of their family died in the line of service, and we can't put a silly bridge over the road for their family to go over and hop on the monorail? Like, give me a break. So everybody out there, however it is you want to communicate this to Disney, this is something that needs to be fixed. It's not for me. It's not for Lorena. It's not for, Joe Schmo. It's not for somebody who's got tons of money who they want to sit at the Grand Floridian and spend a ton. This is for average, everyday Americans who they are part of something where they commit much of their life to helping others. And this is the least that Disney and we could do, is to say, you know what, you've had this for 30 years. You shouldn't have this huge part of your vacation at Disney World taken from you now. You should be able to walk across the road.
Floral, it's time for you to walk the plank.
What? Why?
Cuz you haven't subscribed to WDW Pro yet. Nor bookmark thatparkplace.com on your web browser to get great articles from great contributors.
What?
Exactly. And now they're going to have to pay to park at the parks with their own car if you don't want to take bus transportation instead to get to the Magic Kingdom. It's so disheartening, considering how much of, again, the legacy Disney that I love, was very proud of the military.
Absolutely. Now, Lorena, talking about some of this stuff that's just ridiculous, here's what we're up in arms about on some of these other sites. And I'm not trying to pick on Blog Mickey too much, but this did go pretty far. This is posted by Mike, just Mike, from yesterday, April 11th. DeSantis handpicked Reedy Creek board continues blatant power grab, introduces superior authority amendment. Talk about taking a slant in the headline. Here's what it says. The next chapter of the battle between Walt Disney World and the DeSantis-appointed Central Florida Tourism Oversight District Board of Supervisors is unfolding, according to documents reviewed by blogmickey.com. Oh, yeah, I'm sure you got them first. The Board of Supervisors is planning their next power grab as they look to do the bidding of Florida Governor Ron DeSantis to retaliate. Oh, Blog Mickey says this is to retaliate, against the Walt Disney Company for opposing and there it is. We put the propaganda name of the legislation.
You guys, you keep using it wrong.
Yeah, you just got to. Okay, so Lorena, let me explain this very simply. And I hate to even take time in a video as important as what we're covering, but here's the thing. We're not covering in some of these websites what's being done to the military families, right, where they're losing a service. And like you said accurately, they'll probably end up having to spend more money, which they shouldn't have to do now. But we're covering stuff like this where, guess what this is really coming down to? Disney had special privileges over all their competition because they got to be their own government. They stepped into politics. The politicians decided that Disney didn't get to have their special district that gave them special government powers that nobody else had anymore. Disney lost their Vatican City in Central Florida. Disney tried a Hail Mary to try to make a 40 square mile homeowners association. That's what they attempted to give Disney government powers anyway. And then the government, that's the state of Florida, said, no, the government gets the government powers and you don't. And we're going to give the government powers back to this special district. Now, that is elementary school, or at the most middle school, government 101, right? Government has the power to govern, not companies. This is not hard. And you have to be on some serious copium level, high dosage pixie dust to put out an article such as this. Lorena, do we have our priorities a little skewed?
I would say a little skewed. I think it's and I have to. It's like, and I have to laugh. You know, I always say that phrase. You know, pixie dust is a heck of a drug. You've got military families being able to go to Disney against something like this.
Yes.
The priorities are so out of whack.
Here's something interesting about all of this. And so for all of you watching out there, if you have connections with anybody in the Florida government, let's see if we can do something here real quick. This just popped in my head. So this new special district that's going to control the two pseudo cities of Disney World and control the infrastructure of Disney World. That's what we think is going to happen, right? We've been consistent in saying this. They'll control the roadways now, right?
That's
well,
correct.
Guess what? This is a roadway, and a pedestrian bridge would be infrastructure. Now, we have heard that Governor DeSantis is thinking about perhaps putting toll roads or toll booths around Disney World, since these are going to be roads managed by the state now. And Lorena, you know that buses often pay more at those tolls, right?
Yes.
So Disney buses, therefore, would probably pay a lot more as they cruise around every single day, right?
Mm-hmm.
So step one to everybody in the Florida government, let's make this happen with all that money that you may be bringing in now, that once upon a time Disney didn't have to deliver, but now may be coming in as part of their Disney transportation, getting taxed at all those toll booths. Can we take some of those revenues and do something good with it? Let's do something that surely Democrats and Republicans, the left and the right, can agree on. Let's put a pedestrian bridge with those funds over this road so that our military families can make it to the Magic Kingdom without a worry. Lorena, does that sound like a good compromise for everybody involved?
That sounds like a great compromise. And I would love for it to be a quote unquote honor bridge to honor our military families.
That's an even better idea. I think, Lorena, that in the spirit of the Magic Kingdom, in the spirit of Cinderella Castle and all the beauty of Walt Disney World, we have come to a magical answer, a magical conclusion that surely could please both Disney and the state of Florida. Let's use all of these brand new, wonderful taxes to help our military families get over to the happiest place on earth. Lorena, final thoughts before we hop off of this one.
I just hope that Disney pays more attention to their military families, gives the military families more value for their vacation, and just everybody can get around the military. So it'll be a win-win for all of us.
Yeah, and folks, if you've not been to that flag retreat at the Magic Kingdom, we highly recommend it.
Yes.
Absolutely, 100%. Lorena, where can people find you on this great, big, beautiful web out there?
Well, folks, you can find me on Twitter. You can find me on Twitch. You can find me on Instagram. And of course, you can find me on YouTube doing various videos and live streams for everything from pop culture to anime, but most definitely for Florida theme parks like Disney and Universal. And as always, Pro, thank you so much for having me on.
Well, it's been a double dose of Lorena Creole here on the channel today. 2 videos. And I think you may get to join us for the pro show tomorrow. Is that right?
Yes, indeed.
Fantastic. Well, we can't wait to have you yet again. The audience loves you, and we love having you here on the channel. Folks, if you like content like this, consider clicking the like button, share, subscribe, and you can stick it to the algorithms. When you click it, we're talking about that notification bell. Have you ever thought about becoming a member of the channel? The entry-level price is only $3 a month, so you could dip your toe in the water and find out, is it worth it to be a member? And don't forget as well that wherever you are, whatever you're doing, keep learning, keep growing, and keep having fun.
Make sure to catch the Pro Show Thursdays 5 to 7 Eastern Time. Entertainment Explained, The Culture Curve Conquered, live with Pro and all his friends.